Hi students, in this session we will try to explore the relation between array and pointers. Array and pointers. We know array is a derived data type that can hold homogeneous values. Array is a derived data type in C++ that can hold homogeneous values or similar values. Homogeneous values or similar values. We can declare an array like this. Float AVG of say 5. This is a declaration for an array named average AVG. It can hold a maximum of 5 elements. Its type is float. When a declaration is made like this, it reserves some contiguous locations in random access memory, in RAM, before execution of program. So this is a declaration of static array. Here the size cannot be a variable, or we cannot make a declaration during execution time. So this declaration is a declaration for static array. It has some limitations. Sometimes a program written using static array may face insufficiency of memory location, or sometimes wastage of memory location or space. Let us take another example. Integer array, int NOS of say 5. NOS is an integer array, static integer array, memory for 5 numbers, 5 integer numbers, a maximum of 5 numbers is created or allocated before program execution. Contiguous memory locations are reserved for this NOS. So when we look into the memory organization or memory arrangement, memory allocation, we can see that some here integer, a single integer requires 4 bytes. We are reserving for 5 numbers, so it will consume 20 bytes. So let this be the entire area known as NOS. It will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different memory locations. and here this one is made using 4 bytes. Let this address starts with thousands. Thousand. Here it comes 1001. This is 1002. This is 1003. And the second starts from 1004. 1005, 1006, 1007. Here 1008. 9, 10, 11. Here it is 10, 112. Here it is 10, 13, 14, 15, 10, 16. We refer this area as NOS of 0. This space as NOS of 1. This as NOS of 5. That we have already learned. Now, what is the relation between array and pointer? That is our topic of interest. See, actually, while we are declaring an array in static fashion, the array name is a pointer. Array name is a pointer which stores base address of the contiguous memory allocated for array. Array name is a pointer which stores base address of the contiguous memory allocated for the array. So this NOS is a pointer. NOS holds this 1000. So this will be something like this. This is the entire array. That is, we have here 20 bytes, and here it starts from the 1000 byte. So there is a pointer called NOS. This contains 1000. This points this. This is the internal arrangement, or how internally the array is handled actually. So when we say NOS of 0, it means it adds a 0 to this pointer internally. So we will get 1000. So it represents the first item. Then we say NOS of 1. What happens? 1 is added to 1000. NOS is a pointer. 1 is added to 1000. We know NOS is an integer point. When 1 is added to an integer pointer variable, what happens? The size of integer will be added to this 1000. So this becomes 1004. So this NOS of 1 means here it is 1004. It will indicate or access this memory location, and so on. So array name itself is a pointer. Now so here we have made a declaration like this: int NOS of 5. We said that NOS is a pointer which holds the base address of the contiguous memory location allocated for the array. So NOS is a pointer. Now, suppose we are creating a pointer like this int ptr star ptr. We are creating a pointer. So it is another pointer somewhere in memory. And we are making an assignment like this ptr equal to NOS. ptr equal to NOS. What happens? Say ptr somewhere in memory ptr. ptr equal to NOS. What is the content of NOS? NOS is 1000. So that 1000 will be allocated to this. So this ptr points this location. Now NOS of Cout, NOS of 0 is equivalent to Cout star ptr. Why? ptr is a pointer. We have seen array name itself is a pointer. It contains the base address of this array. And now we assigned this NOS to the ptr. Then what happens? ptr will hold this 1000. And if you are saying star ptr value at ptr is this content. Suppose there is inside this we have stored some 100. So Cout NOS of 0 will give 100 as output. Cout star ptr also give 100 as output. Now suppose our array here, let it be 450. Here the content be 225. Here it is 10. Here it is 85. Let this be the content of the array. So this is NOS of 2. This is NOS of 3. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is NOS of 4. Maximum size of the array is 5. Now we can write a loop like this. For I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, Cout NOS of I. To display all the elements in the array. Name of the array is NOS. It has this much of elements, suppose initially. Then we can use loop like this, starting from 0 up to 4. It is executed 5 times, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then in the screen you will get output like, the output will be 100, 450, 225, 10 and 85. This will be the output of this code. Now with the concept of pointers, we can rewrite this loop like this. So this is the ordinary way, conventional way that we are using for accessing an array elements. Now suppose we have done like this, int star ptr equal to NOS. A statement like this, int star ptr equal to NOS. we have created a pointer named ptr of type integer, and the content of NOS, that is this 1000, the base address of this continuous location, is assigned to ptr, that is ptr becomes 1000. Now we can use the statement like this: for I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Instead of this way of using subscripts, we can write statement like this: cout star ptr plus I. Instead of this code, instead of using this subscripted array, we are using pointers to access the memory locations or the elements of the array. So in the first case, when the loop is executed, value of I will be 0. So it comes here, star ptr plus I. We know ptr is 1000 and I is 0, 1000 plus 0, which becomes 1000. Now star 1000, what does it mean? Value at 1000. Value at 1000 is 100. So it will print 100. And again, value of I is getting incremented. I becomes 1. And again here star ptr plus I. ptr means 1000. 1000 plus I, 1000 plus 1. 1, adding 1 means, adding 1 to an integer pointer means adding 4. It will add 4 to the content. So that this becomes 1000 plus 1 becomes 1004. That means this indicates the the second element. 1004 means the base address of the second element. So it will print 450. Again, value of I becomes 2 and ptr plus 2 means 1000 plus 2. 2 means, adding 2 means 2 times the size of the data type. That is 2 into 4, 8. 8 will be added. So it will become 1008. So value at 1008, it is 225. Again, it becomes 3, it becomes 4. When it becomes 4, 3 it brings 10. When it becomes 4, 8 will be added. 8 into 2 will be added. That is, this becomes 4. 4 into 4, 16 will be added. 1000 plus 14, 16 means 1016. That is 84. So in this way, we can access array elements. So this is one of the use of pointer arithmetic. Now, one important thing that we must keep in mind, even though this NOS is a pointer, we cannot write statement like this NOS plus plus or NOS equal to NOS plus 1, etc. because this pointer can only store base address. Since it is an array name, it's a pointer, but it's a special pointer. It can store only the base address of the continuous memory locations allocated for base address of continuous memory location allocated for the array. So we cannot use a statement like this: NOS equal to NOS plus 1 or NOS minus minus, etc. So this is to be You have to keep in mind this. Now this array has a limitation. As we said earlier, this is a static array. Its size cannot be extended during program execution. So if an array of this type you are using in a program, we cannot use this array for storing 6 elements. Also, when we are using this array for storing only 3 elements, that is 2 into 4, 8 bytes will be wasted. So this is one of the limitation of static array. There comes the solution, the dynamic array. Dynamic array is dynamic array. An array for which the memory is allocated during program execution. See, in the case of static arrays, we cannot make a statement like this. int ar of n, we cannot write like this. Inside the square bracket, the size should always be a constant, a number, say 10, 100, 25, etc. We cannot use a variable in the case of static array. So in order to overcome this issue, we are making use of dynamic array. The dynamic array is created dynamically using the new operator during program execution. How can we create? Suppose, so there is a question in a program, cout, enter how many students, Cin n. Now we are going to create an array of size n. That is the advantages of dynamic array. We can write statement like this: int star ptr equal to new int of n. This will create an array having size n. If it is 5, it will allocate n into 4, if it is 5 into 4, 20 bytes. If n is 10, if we have input 10, it will allocate 40 bytes. If it is 100, it will allocate 400 bytes. So, a dynamic array is created during program execution. The necessary amount of bytes will be reserved during program execution. So, there is less chance for wastage of memory as well as insufficiency of memory. One more thing I would like to remind you that there is some similar declaration. See, something like this: int star ptr equal to new int of, say, 100, something like this. The only change is the bracket. Here is a parenthesis, here it is square bracket. So we must understand that this is, if you are using the square bracket here, this is the declaration for dynamic array. If you are making a declaration like this only creates an integer, only allocates 4 bytes, and its content, that 4 bytes content will be 100. Suppose this is 4000, base address is 4000. a PTR will be created. Inside this PTR there will be 4000 and it will be stored. So these two are different. Sometimes you may ask what is the difference between these two. This is dynamic array declaration. Dynamic array declaration. This is a single integer location memory reserved dynamically and value is initialized. So array, the relation between array and pointers. Array is a derived data type that we all know, which is used for holding homogeneous values. The relation is array name is a pointer. Array elements can be accessed with the help of pointers. Even though array name is a pointer, we cannot perform all kind of pointer arithmetic on array name. It can only hold base address of the array. Then we have dynamic array. There are some limitations for static array. That is, either it may cause insufficiency of memory or wastage of memory. In that case, we make use of dynamic array. A dynamic array which reserves memory, required memory during program execution is called a dynamic array. And this is the way of declaring a dynamic array. This will create an integer array of size n. The n is inputted or accepted during program execution. Then two similar statements, more or less similar. The only change is that here it uses square bracket, here it uses parenthesis. If you are using square bracket, it is declaration for dynamic array. And if you are using parenthesis, it is simply reserves bytes for an integer location and it initializes this value in that location and the base address is stored in the pointer. So that's all about array. And